This episode was brought to you by...
Will be. Brought to you.
Right, in the future. This is the pre-roll.
Yeah.
It's currently brought to you by...
Ooh, yeah.
Terrible
origami.
I'm sorry, do you want to do it?
Well, it's terrible origami and
.com.
And we've been asked by corporate to read an actual description.
The man came down on us
of one of the items. You guys are all familiar with the $1 Million Frog,
of
which
course.
is available on Etsy. Also available is terrible DVD mailer French pipe.
Ooh, themes.
Oh.
Yes, it's a handmade item. It's scented as paper. It ships worldwide.
Oh.
And the item details are "Ce n'est pas une pipe," terribly made, and it goes for $100.
That's a bargain.
Wow.
Bargain.
I would pay at least $105 for that.
I would probably pay that amount as well.
I'll pay 106. It's mine.
Oh!
Terrible origami. Put in the OMG and origami.
Home of the $1 Million Frog.
Grab my fist.
And that thing that she just talked about.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember very well, then eat pizza and watch the movie, and finally talk about the movie again.
Finally is right for some of our listeners.
Yeah.
In the final installment of this podcast.
What?
What?
JK.
Are you breaking up with us?
Oh my god.
That
This
is-
is how it starts.
I felt like the pizza bit might have finally met
Someday it will destroy me.
that. My name is Dan.
I'm Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie this week is Con Air.
Yeah.
Whoa.
In a sort of special episode.
Indeed.
Half of us have seen this movie and the other half have not.
To their shame. To
Right
their
now-
great shame.
Quickly before we reveal that, tweet at us at Totes Recall Pod. Hashtag who not seen dat Con Air. With the two people who haven't.
Right.
Ready for the reveal? I have seen this movie.
As have I, Molly Chase.
I have not.
And I also have not.
Which is, I feel like me not seeing this movie is like, oh boy, I don't know.
It's like a great pastry chef having never gone to France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like
Or
a great.
eating a brownie.
Yeah.
Yeah, never eaten a brownie in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because listeners of this podcast know, Dan, you are a big Nick Cage fan.
Very big.
Yeah.
Uh,
One of your top actors.
I would say one of America's top actors
I would agree with
of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dirty secret with this podcast is that as much as I love Nicolas Cage, I love Nicolas Cage, the man. But I am not actually that familiar with like a good portion of his body of work. Like I'm aware of them. Yeah. I'm aware of most of them, but I have not actually seen quite a lot of them.
Wow.
I feel like Con Air is like the one, though, that if you were to have seen a Nick Cage movie,
Yeah.
it would be the one.
Well, but then you
Right?
remember that Face Off exists.
Oh, yeah.
Face Off being...
Okay, so you're a big Nick Cage fan. You've seen Face Off.
I've seen other Nick Cage movies. I'm just saying, like, if we're
But,
talking...
Like, Weatherman? Is that
if
what
we're-
movie?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's one of them.
He's made like
He's
1,000
made
movies.
so many movies, you guys. He is a national treasure.
Oh.
I get it.
Two. The Search for Curly's Independence Declaration.
I think this
Right.
was like... I feel like this movie, and... I don't remember... I think this movie came out after Face Off. I think. But this was like... If that's true, it came out then into a point. It came out during an era where I was like just interested enough in not watching dumb movies all the time.
Is it because of your parents' divorce?
No,
Jeez,
Jesus, Molly. That was wait.
Our parents' divorce is like the pizza.
Yeah, this is our pizza,
Yeah.
and we love pizza, and you're ruining pizza.
Sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying. My point is, I think I was too busy just like being a dummy when Con Air came out to really care enough
You were
to watch
in between being young enough to think this was a good movie,
Yeah.
but not old enough to appreciate just it for what it was.
Right. Like, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to see it when it came out because I would have just been like, oh, it's just a dumb movie. Okay. Whereas, like, now, from what little I know about it, like, the imagery I've seen of it, I'm like, this movie looks amazing. And I should have seen this years ago.
Yeah, I think we should have Beth. I think you should start. You haven't seen this movie and are not as big a Cage fan, so probably know the least about this movie.
Oh, for sure.
I'd love to hear what you think this movie is about.
Okay, here's what I think the movie is about. I think that Nick Cage is a con man.
Okay.
And is in prison.
She nail it? Is she nailing it?
We'll find out.
Okay. I think that he is a prisoner that is being transferred across a large mass of land or water, thus needing to be in the air in a plane.
Yes.
Yep.
So you think the con in Con Air stands for con man?
Or convict.
Okay, but you think they're doubling up on the con pun?
With what's the double pun?
That he's a con man and a convict?
Because you can be convicted for being a con man, but you can also be convicted for...
Oh, I don't know if he's a con man.
Con man doesn't stand for a convict man, by the way.
What does it stand for?
I don't know. It
it
might not be.
No, tweet at us.
Oh yeah. Hashtag #WhatThatCon.
Yep.
What's that con?
And alternatively, send a picture of James Caan with the same hashtag spelled differently.
Yeah. I love
Or a picture of Khan, the villain from Star Trek 2, The Wrath
any
of Khan.
Khan.
Any Khan.
But use the appropriate hashtag spelling, please.
King Khan?
King Khan.
Kin Khan?
King Khan.
Kink Khan?
King Khan.
It's Kong.
Well.
What are you doing?
Okay. So, Beth, what else do you think happened?
Something goes awry on the airplane, and Nick Cage has to take charge of a group of people in order to either cause or solve a problem.
Oh, I want you to do a trailer for this movie now.
It's pretty close. You're pretty close.
Is Nick Cage? He's murdered his son or something?
Whoa!
Whoa!
He's been charged with murdering his son.
Classic con man. Remember in The Music Man when he came into town and then murdered all those children?
I wonder if you're conflating this and Face Off, which has
maybe
a dead Nick Cage son.
Oh.
Dead John Travolta's son?
Dead John Travolta's
Dead
son.
John Travolta's son.
That's definitely what I'm thinking.
But it gets confusing because they take their own faces
Nick
off.
Cage, yes, killed John Travolta's son, but then Nick Cage played
I'm
John
totally
Travolta
thinking of Face Off.
for most of the movie. So
I
he kind
also
of
have not seen.
killed his own son.
You've never seen Face Off?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a Nick Cage fan.
Clearly.
Yeah.
You're not even a fan of movies.
I don't know if you can
How
level.
dare you.
I don't think you can level you haven't seen Face Off when you haven't seen Con Air.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
Oh, good.
Although, no, actually, I'm immediately going back on that. Fair enough, because Face Off to me is like Face Off to me is one of the like peaks of '90s insanity. Like Face Off to me and Point Break are like these two zenith points in '90s action movies where everybody was just like, let's just hit all of these things as hard as we can, and they're amazing because they make no sense.
Well, we'll see how much sense Con Air makes to you.
well, if they had appeared on the AFI list of top 100 films,
That's true.
Beth would have seen them.
That is true.
NBD.
Beth, can you name any other actors besides Nick Cage that you think are in this?
Ooh, the airplane.
Yeah.
But who's playing the airplane?
JJ the jet plane.
JJ the Jet Plane.
The
Okay.
cartoon.
I think there is... I'm going to go out on a limb here because I am also very not knowledgeable of who's in this. But I feel fairly confident that Malkovich is in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah. He is.
Oh, okay.
There's another thing that I thought of.
That could have been a bet,
I
but
mean-
then you just threw it out there.
Solved it. You won that bet.
Nick Cage has flowing locks.
Yes.
Ooh,
And I
yes.
know that from
The GIF.
GIFs.
I also know that about this movie.
I say GIF too. Can we
It's-
solve this?
It's GIF
We
because
can't, no.
it stands for graphic something something.
Thank you.
We can't have this
So
argument.
it's graphic.
Yeah, but
Graphic
GIF.
interface.
it's also
form.
GIF because it's also accepted in language as fluid, and who cares?
Yay!
Oh.
Yay!
Tweet at us. Hashtag who cares.
Yeah. Great. Anything else to add, Beth, about this movie? Flowing locks. God, that's a good
Excellent.
graphic interchange.
I feel like
format.
at some point there's almost a crash landing because someone's not in charge of the airplane. They land the plane. It turns out that Nicolas Cage is not, like, he saves the day somehow and is, like, not in trouble anymore or something.
Do you think he gets pardoned?
Yeah, I think
Or
it's,
something?
I think it's like my guess is how movies work. That
These are a lot of how movies work guesses.
yeah, is that he is he's a convict. He's being charged or was charged with something, and then through this Con Air extravaganza, solves whatever the actual crime was, and then
Ooh.
like catches the actual bad guy,
Oh, like
and then
a
he's like
fugitive.
redeemed.
Oh.
Okay,
Fugitive's good.
from how you're responding, that is not how this movie goes.
It sounds like a really good movie.
Right? I'd watch it.
Sounds as good. I think they're equal.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
I feel like maybe I got this from just a conversation with you, Dan, but is it... I have this weird sentence in my head that Nicolas Cage's hands are lethal weapons.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of this movie. I could be wrong. But
No, you're not wrong.
Am I not wrong?
No, because he's a Marine, his hands are essentially lethal weapons.
Wow.
So and his accent, I can't hold back. His accent is amazing, and it goes away.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
it's
is
so
an
Is
good.
it Southern accent?
Alabaman?
Texan
Texan.
is my guess.
Ooh, let's all take bets on where we think his character's from.
I think Alabama.
I'm gonna go Texas. I mean, that's where he's supposed to be from. I'm not saying that's where his accent.
Yeah, so he gets in a fight. He comes back from military service. Immediately,
He's a hero.
he's a hero. Immediately gets
Ugh.
into a bar brawl because someone is like hitting on his girl or something.
He's disrespectful and deserves it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they fight outside in the rain.
Nice.
Very hot. But then he kills the dude because his hands are lethal
He
weapons.
just landed one punch, you guys.
But he's so good. Like,
Yeah.
he's
He's just
so
so
dangerous.
good.
good.
Oh, so
He
it looks
doesn't know
like
his own-
someone is in jail for something.
Yes, that's
Okay.
true. There's a lot of people in jail in this movie. A whole plane full.
Oh.
So the judge is like, gavel, gavel, gavel. Your hands are lethal weapons. You go to jail.
Yeah. And then it starts.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
pretty
just like...
I'm
is that when the
guessing-
credits? That's when the credits start.
Oh,
Oh.
after the sentencing? I
don't-
like that.
I
don't
think
know
that's
if
cool. I don't think they were doing that kind of good cold open during this time frame.
Maybe they
Oh,
wanted to
which is
jazz
what?
it up a little bit.
Like the 80s,
90s.
Oh, 90s, yeah.
late 80s.
You hold on to that, huh? 96 is my guess.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm going to go 94 just to have a guess.
I'm going to say 98 to be
Wow.
contrarian.
Great.
My guess is 1989.
89.
Really?
Yeah,
Bold.
Cool.
I like
I mean
it.
based off of the Taylor Swift album.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
what the Taylor Swift album is about.
Yeah.
It's about Con Air?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
You're kidding, right? You're kidding.
No, this
What?
is real.
This is real.
This is for sure a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tweet at us.
And
uh-huh.
the Bryan Adams cover album
Uh-huh.
is about Face Off.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
of course.
I get it.
I'm guessing this isn't true, but I really want the premise of this movie to be that the plane is the prison. And that they're all so dangerous they have to be kept in the air as much as possible.
Oh,
That would be
sounds
great.
so fun.
It's like Snowpiercer, but
yeah, but in
Ooh,
the
or
air.
no, like that
Because
other
that's on
one,
the plane.
the space jail one. That was like,
Oh.
remember one time I came out a couple years ago?
Space Jail.
With one of the guys, Guy
The
Pearce.
Reckoning.
Guy Pearce had to like escape out of space jail.
No.
It didn't do well.
Is it The
Space
Rock?
Jail.
It was like The Rock in space. No, it wasn't The Rock in space.
The
Because The
Rock
Rock they had
is
to break back
another-
into The Rock.
Oh, you're right.
The Rock might be like the third best of Face Off, Con Air, The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like in the same chunk. Like,
Yeah.
like Cage made all these movies in the mid 90s
Oh, it was amazing.
that are just like action time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before sadness time.
Yeah.
Leaving
I feel
Las
like he like
Vegas. Ooh.
vacillates. Like I feel like that's like the Cage wave is like he goes into like crazy manic action mode and then he dips down for a couple movies into just like I am a sad either alcoholic or divorcee or like parent who lost a child or whatever. Like, I feel like that's how his career goes. It's
Yeah.
like he either takes the like, yes, I'll be very sad for several hours, or yes, I will be a hyperactive crazy man
And then-
shooting things.
Then there's just the occasional blip of like, holy shit, this guy's a legit
He's
great
amazing.
actor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you look at Adaptation or Moonstruck,
Yeah.
I think.
He was
He's good in
and
that.
it's like, oh great, you should be like nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next movie, he's just like wide-eyed and screaming.
Yeah.
With a helmet full of bees.
What?
There was one movie that I heard he took because there was a part in the movie where he gets a knife in
Yep.
his eye,
Yep.
and that's the reason why he took the movie.
Yes. There was a point in the not nine, like after this is during Peak Cage. Con Air is during Peak Cage, and then there was Bankruptcy Cage,
Yeah.
where he literally would do any movie, but he still, like Beth is pointing out, like he still like had integrity, so like he still had reasons to take parts, and I think it was Drive Angry 3D, where he was like, they came up with they figured out an effect where I could have, I think it was either a hole in his head or like something stabbed into his eyeball, and he's like, I've never gotten to do that before, so I thought that sounds really cool, and like that's why he agreed to do the movie.
That's great.
You guys do not believe how often Dan Linden shifts into that voice.
Yeah, that's true.
It's great. It brings everyone joy.
That was half-assed, guys. I'm very tired. I
Sorry.
apologize.
Do you guys remember anything else about this movie?
Well, no.
I'm done. Yeah, I know.
I've never
Flowing
seen it.
Locks,
Yeah.
Prison Plane,
Okay.
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to add Steve Buscemi.
Whoa!
Yes.
There's an all-star cast of
Mhm.
convicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very exciting to me.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo
Yes.
as a serial rapist.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm
Boo.
pretty worried about that character
Yeah.
because I don't feel like
This is going to be like
this is this movie is not serious enough
It's not
to
good.
have a serial rapist in it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're saying his the premise of his character is not going to be dealt with the sophistication it requires.
And if I remember right, he plays the part well,
Sure.
Oh, yikes.
but this is not a movie where you want that part played at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
There is a stuffed animal of some kind that belongs to his daughter.
Oh shit!
Nick
Yeah.
Cage's
Yes.
daughter?
Oh god!
Yes.
Okay.
Is his daughter murdered?
No.
Is the
No.
teddy bear full of cocaine?
No.
Diamonds.
No.
Gold Krugerrands.
Adorableness.
I think it's just like a
Just
thing
love. Just-
so he can hold on to his humanity
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
while he's on the inside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, when his hands are, like, prepared to kill, he just grabs that teddy bear to, like, keep them pacified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
No?
Well, I don't want to give it away for you.
Oh, okay.
And I
Intrigue.
don't want you to feel bad
No.
about being wrong already.
Well, I'm fine with being wrong. I've never
John-
seen this movie.
Literally just making up
Yeah.
things about this movie.
John Cusack is in this movie.
Yes.
As a FBI. I'm going with
Yeah,
FBI.
he's FBI. And I don't want to give things away, but I just want to say there's going to be a moment with a vintage car
Mhm.
that's going to take your breath away, and a moment with the Hard Rock Cafe Casino
What?
that is spectacular.
Okay.
I have
don't-
seen this movie many times.
Is this going to be like Tokyo Drift, where you just keep watching it because of the car scenes, and then the rest of it is boring as hell?
Oh, entirely possible.
Oh, boy.
What do you think happens with the vintage car?
I think it crashes. Okay, I think the vintage car is on Con Air
Uh-huh.
and then is dropped into the Hard Rock Cafe, or Hard Rock Casino from Con Air,
Like through a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
and like lands on a blackjack table.
Yeah. And then
That
someone's
sounds
like,
awesome.
I won.
25 black or whatever.
That sounds great.
That sounds really fun.
I feel like I remember more just who's in this rather than things that happen. Because I also think Dave Chappelle is in this movie.
What?
Oh,
As like a
yeah.
very minor, like
Yeah.
no one knows who he is.
Yeah.
I think he gets killed and thrown out of the plane with a message written on his chest,
Oof.
which then gets found by John Cusack.
Wow.
That's how Con
He's-
Air is communicating with.
Just throwing people's bodies out of the...
I think just one time.
Oh.
Oh.
Like he writes on it in Sharpie, because Cage has to walk this line,
Mhm.
similar to the way he does in Face Off, where he has to pretend he's like in with all the criminals,
Right.
Yeah.
but also like he's got a hero's heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he wants to do good, but he can't look like he's doing good, or else all the convicts will beat him up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think you guys can count on the stakes being raised a few times.
Okay, Dan's bet then, if this is the case, if it is similar to Face Off in that way, there is a close-up shot at one point of Face acting the shit out of himself to show how conflicted he is internally.
Yes.
I hope so as well.
I want to double down on that.
Ooh.
There's going to be at least 2 of those, just because I want that to be true.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to live up to the face-off one, though. That's maybe the greatest conflicted face.
Oh my god, it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, face-off's great as well.
Man.
I think there's a scene in this movie where the plane is on the ground, but they have to get it restarted so they can take off again.
Refuel.
They have to refuel.
So it's back on the ground after being a problem in the air, but then it becomes a problem in the air again.
You guys,
I think
convicts,
so.
just because they're in prison doesn't mean they can't fly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's actually...
think about it.
Yeah.
So one of them has to know how to fly a plane.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think so. Or
Or do they just tell the pilot
or maybe they've got the pilot at gunpoint. I think they have Dan's bet, pilot is at gunpoint,
Okay.
still flying. Not convict flyer.
Okay.
Okay. Molly's bet, to keep things spicy, convict flyer.
Yeah.
Ugh. And they have to drag the plane somewhere, and it's just a lot of shirtless dudes glistening.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
Pulling a
There's
plane
a lot
with
of
a
that.
rope.
Is that when his hair is flowing in the wind?
No.
When his hair is floating is after something blows up,
Oh.
but I don't
course it
remember
is.
what blows up.
Everything. Everything blows up.
There's a lot of blowing up.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
cool.
There is a very disturbing empty swimming pool scene.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yep. Oh, it's a little hard. It gets a little hard in a couple spots, you guys.
Okay.
It's not the fun-filled romp that
It's not a family-friendly
Face-Off is.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? I don't remember how this resolves. I'm sure it, Con Air lands the plane and John Cusack arrests everybody. It's fine.
But what blows up then?
The plane? No. Oh, where they land the plane in, the middle of nowhere to refuel and drag it around.
Uh-huh.
That's what Cage is telling Cusack with Dave Chappelle's body. So he meets him there, and they have a gunfight. That's where I think the explosion is.
Okay. Ooh, Dan's bet. At the end of this movie, John Cusack and Nicolas Cage's character share some meaningful look between convict and authority figure.
Yeah.
I bet. So
I bet they shake hands.
I'm gonna go as far as say they either have or reference buying each other a drink.
Ooh.
Oh.
Molly does not
I
think
don't.
so.
Because
I
here,
think so.
yeah, I'm conflicted about that because my two scenarios I picture in my head is either Nicolas Cage being arrested again, but having a significant glance with John Cusack as he's being put into the car, as if to say I'm gonna get you out, bro, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or he's completely pardoned, like Beth was saying might happen, and there is an actual walk away from the camera, pat on the back situation happening.
You guys, maybe he's being freed from prison after serving a sentence.
What?
Maybe he is.
Oh, is that why he's on the
I think
plane?
so, but maybe that's wrong. Or he's really close. He's really close to the end of his term.
Oh.
So it's he lands. The plane is supposed to land somewhere, and then he's done with his.
That's
sentence.
what I remember. Something like that.
And
He's
that's why he
pretty
has to
close.
walk that line.
Yeah.
Because he's I have to stay not a crimer
Yeah.
for the rest of this flight
Crimer.
Yeah.
so that I can...
Beth's bet. They call each other crimers.
The script, I think the original script was called Crimer Plane.
Crimer plane. Yeah.
Crimer River.
Ah! Ugh.
Oh, that hurt me too.
I'm gonna guess that it 100% does not pass the Bechdel-Wallace test. Maybe he has a daughter
He has a
and
daughter.
maybe a wife.
He does.
But they don't talk to each other.
There is at least a lady guard
Okay.
because there's a creepy scene with Danny Trejo.
Oh,
and her.
that's such a creepy
great.
scene.
But she's probably the only female on the plane.
Okay.
And she's not going to talk to the daughter, and it's probably also... Well, she might be named. I'm going to say no as well.
I'm going to give it a 2% chance.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
brave.
There's also a girlfriend. I don't think they're married.
Oh.
What?
I think his child is out of wedlock.
What?
Risque.
I know.
It's only because he had to go defend his country in a hurry. You guys, he's a hero.
He's a hero from the South,
Yeah.
like Molly Chase.
Oh! Whose hands are lethal weapons.
They are. I don't know. Actually, though, I will say the other day I was having this experience where everything I touched crumbled into my hands. And I thought maybe I did get these superhuman powers.
Yeah.
Like soap dishes would break and door handles. It was like 4 things in a row.
Wow.
Unbreakable.
Yeah. I don't know if I underestimated my incredibly strong grip or if everything was just falling apart.
Did you get bitten by any sort of
Radioactive
or engineered bug?
Wait a minute. I'll be right back, you guys. Gotta go check something.
Speaking of being strong,
Oh.
Cage is ripped in this movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. His muscles are all over the place. It's pretty...
But when you say all over the place, you mean like in all the places you'd expect there to be muscles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe some bonus ones?
There's standard placement of muscles, but there's a lot of them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Especially in the flowing hair explosion scene.
Nice.
Yeah. I think he's wearing a tank top in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
From what I know from the
Animated image.
GIFs. Thank you.
So I guess I am extremely curious then whether you think you were going to like this more or less than Face Off.
Oh, no.
Oh, great
Oh.
question.
No way.
Okay. Well, solve
What
that.
if you do?
Then I will be delighted.
Okay.
Because
Are you open to the possibility?
certainly.
Okay.
I just am... Face Off is such a magical like combination of factors that I just don't know. I don't know as many delightful actors as it sounds like are on this plane. I do not know if it will top the majesty of Face Off.
That might be fair. Face Off has also the insanity of John Travolta.
Yeah, and John Woo.
Yeah, that's true. Con Air's got a lot of other crazy people. John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi. John Cusack is pretty crazy in his own way.
He is so adorable in this movie.
Cusack?
He's always adorable, but he is not well respected by his peers, and he really has to go out on a limb on this case.
Oh, the character.
Oh, well, the character is. I mean, he's always going to be cute to me. 'Cause
No.
I grew up.
I'm talking about the respect part.
Yeah. I thought you were
Wait.
talking about John Cusack, the man. He's not respected by his
Oh
peers?
no, I think he is very greatly respected. No, I mean in the
I
movie,
don't know if he
his
is.
character.
Well, I don't want to burn
Hush
Cusack
your
bridges.
face.
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
He's
Fine.
Don't you think?
Hush your mouth. Fine.
I feel like there's a sense that he's like, I don't know.
I don't have a strong feeling about John Cusack.
I think he's great when he's great, and I think some of his movies are terrible.
Oh, he's so mad.
You don't agree that some of his movies are terrible?
Hush your face.
You really... Come
Hush
on.
your face. He played Lloyd Dobler. Okay.
Yeah, I
Who's
know.
that?
From Say Anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying he's not good.
Boombox
He's
guy.
in Better Off Dead.
Is that in the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's why I don't know about
Ugh, this is killing me. Anyway, fine, whatever. I guess he's not well respected by this group.
What? No!
I see. We'll
Because
see
we're
how
his peers?
No.
He's much better than
To
I am.
us, yeah.
Well, now I
it.
feel
Speak for
better.
yourself.
He's
I can hold a boombox over my head.
done other things, Bev.
Yeah.
I literally cannot name another.
He
He's an
smashed-
assassin?
Yeah, he smashed a TV onto Dan Aykroyd's head, and it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Popcorn.
I take it
Popcorn.
back. I take it back.
That's a great movie.
That is great.
John Cusack is better than me.
High fidelity?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I take it back. He's great.
Thank you.
But sometimes he's terrible.
Sometimes his
Shut your
movies are
face.
Sometimes his movies are terrible.
And still he shines.
Sure.
All right. What about you, Beth? You haven't seen Face Off either?
No, I my guess is that I'll like it better than Face Off, which I've never seen.
Whoa.
How many airplane prisons do you think you'll give it?
Can we call them crimer planes?
Crimer planes. Oh, should I go out on a limb here?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Go
4
out on
crimer.
a wing.
Oh!
Oh.
I'm gonna say 4 crimer planes.
Nice.
I'm gonna really enjoy it. It's gonna be great. I'll probably laugh and cry, and at one point I'll give all of you a high five.
Oh.
That's
Is that a
Beth.
promise?
Yeah, I mean that's only if it's 4 crimer planes.
Okay.
We will see.
Okay. Oh, I'll give it 3 crimer planes.
Oh, see, I was gonna go 3 as well, but I felt like that was like
Yeah, but
a
I have
chicken. You're
seen
like, oh, I'm
Face
in the
Off.
middle. Okay, that's true.
Right?
You have a comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you're open to liking this movie more than Face Off. Just saying.
I really like Face Off, you guys.
Well, it sounds like we're going reverse around the horn, which
Yeah.
our listeners will be upset.
Wow.
But it's what we've started. So, Molly,
This is a unique episode, remember?
This is
sure.
Changing it up.
No, so speaking of changing it up, my instinct is it'll be 4 Crimer planes, but I'm worried I'm going to be disappointed, and I want to hedge against that disappointment.
Smart.
So I'm going to give it 3 for fear that I remember all the good parts, and that's all there are. But probably it'll get at least 4 for that one car scene. So we'll see.
I don't even remember that car scene.
Oh, how could you forget? And then John Cusack has a great line, and it's delivered so beautifully. Come on, guys.
We haven't seen it.
Oh,
I don't remember that. I
can't
just remember
believe
who's
you're
in
so
it
stubborn.
and sweaty men pulling the plane.
This does sound like a pretty great movie.
I am also going to give it 4 Crimer planes.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be as ridiculous as I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be some parts that I'll enjoy that I don't remember, like this car that I'm hearing so much about. Yeah, 4 Crimer planes. I'm excited.
Sound thrilled.
I am. I'm just worried Dan's going to be poo-pooing it the whole time.
Why would I poo-poo it? It's Cage.
He's gonna love it.
Okay.
He's gonna love it.
Why would I poo-poo a Cage film?
I don't know.
Because
Even
it's
if it-
not face-off.
Even if a Cage film is terrible, it's a masterpiece. That's the beauty of Cage.
That is the beauty of Cage. He can do no wrong. Even when he's doing
Very wrong. Exactly. Oh. I have to write an essay about this. I have like a whole... I could write a thesis on the majesty of Cage.
I think it's your turn for the newsletter.
Oh.
So might be your opportunity.
TotesRecall.com. Scroll down, look to the bottom right. If you're smart enough, you
Yep.
can sign up for it.
Yep, it's fun.
It's good.
That was not excited
That was-
about
No,
something.
I really love our newsletter, and I feel like it's just so good. And I think we have 21 subscribers.
31 subscribers.
Boom.
Whoa. And we have way more subscribers who listen to the podcast.
Maybe they can't read.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I love
everybody.
movies so much.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Shout out to our illiterate listeners.
And with that, we're going to hit pause. Go watch Con Air, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We've just watched Con Air, 155 minutes. That was basically 130 minutes of explosions and southern accents and some things we're still trying to sort out.
Guitar. Don't forget about the guitar.
So much guitar.
Sweet guitar riffs, soft
Oh.
rock.
I was saying
So
that
good.
I meant to bring that up in the first half and then didn't, and now I regret it because that would have been a great bet. It was just a lot of like
Guitar riffs.
guitar riffs.
I think you did well enough.
I think
on your
she.
bets.
Oh, geez,
thanks.
so good. It was kind of exhausting.
Yeah, she kept congratulating herself.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of self-high fives.
Like, we get it, Beth. You're
We
so
never
good.
got any high fives. I guess we'll talk about that
Oh,
when
that's
the rating comes
right.
out. But there were no high
That's
fives.
right.
I did jump for joy
not
at
the
a certain
same
point,
thing.
but that was at the end of the
It's not
movie.
the same
so
thing
we'll
as
get to
high-fiving
it.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I high-fived you with my eyes.
Fair.
This movie came out in 1997, which no one guessed.
I think everyone guessed in
what?
their own way.
I guessed 89. Was that 97?
Yeah.
That's different.
I mean, 89 was the 97 of the 80s.
Dan and I were both 1 year away,
Damn it.
Okay. So we all won.
but pretty close. Pretty close. God, great movie.
Was it? Was it great?
Yeah.
Yes.
Beth, you thought this would have Nick Cage as a con man. He is not a con man, unless con man is a convict man.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He was transferred via plane.
yes.
Yep.
Something did go wrong on the plane. He did not murder his son. And the plane you said would be J jet plane. It was called the Jailbird, so that's like
Yeah, that's
a J.
pretty close.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good for a shot in the dark on plane
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of-
Really
once I saw
nice.
the name, I was like, we should have all bet what the plane would have been called.
I didn't even consider the plane would be named.
Aren't all planes named? Now that I say that, that's so wrong.
I think they are. They all have numbers.
Well, I
at
think-
least.
Yeah, they think they have
But,
like
like-
call signs.
like cool-
right?
It's not like a
Nickname.
boat.
Well,
It's not like
Yeah.
True Love
Yeah, it's not like a
from
boat.
Dawson's Creek.
Why are boats named? Or is that the only...
Patriarchy.
That's why boats are named?
I'm assuming.
You just, that's fair. No, that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
But play that out a little bit. Why?
Yeah, let's spool that
What
out.
factor does the patriarchy have in boats being the only mode of transportation that gets a unique name?
Well, also boats are almost always referred to as she's.
Right.
Yeah, our
And
planes
so
not.
the domineering male wants to name the lady boat.
Because
Right.
he owns.
I
Uh-huh.
agree that we name boats because of the patriarchy, but why don't we name planes and cars and trains and buses?
Because the
As
speed
frequently.
with which
Yeah.
planes fly, if traffic control had to be like slow Betty boondocks, you need to pull
Yeah.
back on your rudder
It's a good point.
Mm.
It's a
or
fair
whatever.
point. I don't
you
think
know?
that's quite the terminology, but it's a very good point.
It is 99% accurate.
I didn't say it wasn't mostly
Did
accurate.
I not know that it's called buzzing the tower?
You did.
You did.
Yes,
did know that.
there was a moment in the film where Con Air was flying very close to a tower in which John Cusack was, and Molly audibly said, "He's gonna get buzzed." And then once the plane went over the tower, she said, "That's called buzzing the tower," with the pride of a child that had just successfully solved their first math quiz or successfully built their first Lego toy.
You were very proud.
You were very
You
proud.
were very proud. Did you? And I thought when that happened, I was like, "Oh, Top Gun."
Yeah, I thought
Is
Top
that-
Gun throughout this whole movie.
That is where I learned what buzzing the tower
Oh,
was.
no, I
You
knew,
knew
I
knew before
other
that.
reasons, yeah.
Okay.
Do they buzz the tower a lot in Top Gun?
They do it once, and it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, but if you think about all the parallels between this movie and Top Gun, there's a bunch of sweaty guys.
Okay.
In Top Gun, it's volleyball, but in this, they're digging out a plane.
Right.
There is a lot of screeching, wailing, guitar solos during action scenes,
Sure.
Yeah.
and then soft rock during love scenes.
Yeah.
True.
Kelly McGillis is also blonde, and there's a plane in both movies.
Sure.
And a lot of like close male friendship.
Were people friends in this movie? I guess.
Okay. At the beginning,
Ooh.
there was that one officer or what, I don't even know who he was, but he was like undercover with the other
Oh, yeah, the
convicts.
DEA.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was a moment where his buddy is like giving him his gun is taken away from him because there's supposed to be no firearms on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And then his gun is given back to him, but I felt like there was like excessive
The pat down was
pat
very
down.
Affectionate.
Yeah, it was like
It was an
like-
intimate-
yeah, it was like an affectionate pat down.
Yeah.
And I felt like maybe they were in love, and then he was really bummed out when he found out that
He
he
was.
died.
Well, he was, but he was also the mayor of Boston.
He was.
He was the mayor. Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
They referred to.
We're jumping all over the place.
Yeah,
here.
Chief
all right.
O'Brien from
Oh.
TNG
Paul Meany.
and DS9.
And a lot of movies. He's a good actor.
Yeah, is in this movie as a just rage-filled DEA agent.
Oh my god.
Who is like every line is just yelling.
He was amazing.
yelling at Cusack all the time. Like he should have always been like chewing on a steak while he was
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
He just exuded this like intense man energy of
Yeah.
being always right, always yelling all the time,
Right.
and like I'm gonna kill everybody all the time.
Yeah, he is like he's like if one of the Three Stooges, like if the Three Stooges, right, like in like their later years, were caught in like some horrible traumatic event where the other two were graphically and horrifically killed, and the third Stooge survived, and now years later is still just like is so damaged from that one event, but is still this like cartoonishly aggressive human being.
He was an amazing character, and I want to talk about his scene with John Cusack, where they kind of just recapped everything, but also like laid hard into the themes of the commentary on society.
Oh
that
my
exists
god,
in this
it's
movie.
amazing.
it was unreal.
Yeah, this movie. I don't know where we should start.
Let's start at the top.
Oh god, I want to talk about so much.
happens before even you get to the title,
Oh.
which Beth
Beth
calls.
nailed that.
That was,
Come
I
on!
just high-fived myself
That was
because
the-
I totally
There
nailed
are
it.
three willing palms around this table
Remember,
to take that high five.
Only 3, though. Each of you have one palm that's willing, the other one is not.
I don't left high five.
Oh, why not? That's your right hand.
Yeah.
Were you just trying to trick him?
Yeah.
I don't left high five.
I know, I tried to trick you
Why?
into
Is
a
there
left high five.
But you
Is
didn't.
there something wrong with your hand?
No, I'm just backing up that there's only 3 palms.
Yeah.
My hands are fine.
My hand is fake.
Oh.
Try to prove it, listeners.
Yeah.
Try to prove
You
it.
can't.
Point is, I've never seen this movie, and I knew exactly when the titles happened.
That was incredible.
Title happened right after the sentencing of your hands are lethal weapons. I don't think you
Cameron.
specifically said hands.
You are.
You
did
are-
say
You
are.
are a lethal weapon.
Because
Yeah.
he's an Army Ranger.
Yes.
Yep.
Which we
Which
learned.
I said Marines, but it was
Right.
in fact an Army Ranger.
But let's talk about how the reason we know he's an Army Ranger because the first 4 to 5 minutes of this movie was a montage of stock footage of the United States military looking majestic while a authority figure had a monologue about the wonders of
It
Nick
was-
Cage's
I
character.
still think
Incredible.
that authority figure was Tommy Lee Jones.
No
It sounded
No
just
way.
like
He
his
sounded
voice.
nothing like Tommy
Sounded
Lee Jones.
exactly like Tommy
He
Lee
sounded
Jones. I'm gonna look it up.
Nothing
Tweet
like
at
Tommy
us
Lee
Look it
Jones.
at Totes Recall Pod. Who dat narrator? Not Tommy Lee Jones.
That's part of the hashtag.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first opening is like an ad for the Army Rangers.
Oh my God,
How
it was
great they are.
amazing.
Establishes that Cage is coming back from
The war?
Yeah, the war.
Iraq.
Sure.
I guess 97.
I don't know. He gets yelled at for being in Vietnam or something at one
No,
point.
he said it's a derogatory term. Something pussies, maybe.
I don't remember.
Probably.
It was.
Like you that lost us Vietnam.
Right, but that guy was like 18, right? Like he'd have no
That guy was
association
he
with
was
Vietnam.
drinking in a bar,
Sure.
although who knows if he was underage drinking or not.
Right.
But yeah, he was too young to care
About
about
Vietnam.
that heavily in 97.
Yeah.
Unless this movie doesn't take place in 97.
Ooh.
Though that phone seemed pretty nice.
He had a phone and those pleats on those
Oh,
Cusack
those
pants.
giant
We'll get
khaki
there.
pants.
Guys.
Okay.
Okay, so Cage fights people in the rain, and it's super hot. Like I said, it was.
It's super hot.
Was it?
Yeah,
The
Okay.
way he was in
he's defending his wife
and
right?
honor as a
Right.
military man.
And unborn child.
and unborn child.
Ooh, right.
Which at one point he has a discussion with.
Yeah.
He gets really close with his wife's abdomen.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm having a moment. Can you leave me alone?" And she's like, "You're talking to my stomach
Yeah.
in the middle of a bar."
But no, he was talking to her fetus.
Yeah,
He's talking to his future daughter.
No, I know.
but
But
here's,
also, she has the right to say, "Get away from my stomach."
yeah, and also
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Hashtag feminism.
Yeah.
Molly.
No, I just never mind.
and also
Well, because I
is
think
it
because
his
when we were watching it,
child?
Beth kept saying, "What is he doing? What is he doing?" And I didn't know because she had tuned out at that point. If she just literally didn't know.
Oh.
Oh,
sure.
I knew. I
Okay.
just was like, I feel like he's having. It was like a weird conversation.
Yeah.
Well, because he was like, "You're gonna be Miss Alabama when you grow up."
Yeah,
Well, God be mighty proud of her.
from Alabama, not Texas. I nailed it.
Yeah.
I
But
wanna-
why was there an oil rig
I don't know.
and some flaming thing right outside the bar that had been a quiet oyster bar for
'Cause
the
it
entrance?
looked awesome.
Yeah, because in Mobile, Alabama,
Mobile.
I'll be Nick Cage. Mobile, Alabama. Everything is an oil refinery.
Yeah. I want to raise this point about his child. Maybe is not his child.
Oh.
So his wife is like not showing at all,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, how long has he been?
So
Oh wait.
first trimester, maybe second,
The trial took a while.
but like
he goes to prison 3 months before.
No.
he's just coming
Yeah.
home from active service, and that's when the bar happens. Because he's like walks in his uniform, and that's the first time he's seen her. When was that child conceived?
Let me present this to you. Okay, so he goes on leave, right? And he's like, "I'm done, baby." And then they conceive the child. Then he gets a phone call. What is his
country
character's
needs
name?
you.
What's his
Cameron.
character's name?
Cameron
This
Poe?
is the president of the United States. We need your lethal skills in the war. You have to come back for one last mission. And then he murders the equivalent of Osama bin Laden at that time in whatever year this takes place
Yep.
with his bare hands and then returns.
Okay, sure.
That happened.
All right, checks out.
Nope.
His kid.
But also, I didn't think that was the first time she was seeing him ever.
Well, he showed up
Like in full...
in his uniform, and they had a
feel like he
moment, and
just
they played
wears
How Do I
that.
Live Without You?
But it wasn't I feel like she would have driven to the base. You know
Oh,
what
that's
I'm saying?
true.
She had to work.
Oh, right.
Single, future mother, gotta work.
Yeah.
You can't miss that shift in that bar.
Yeah, when you live in Mobile, Alabama,
Thank you.
and the poverty levels are presumably through the roof because the oil barons have taken over.
And it just keeps setting things on fire.
Yeah.
There was no reason for that fire, and
I-
it was raining.
I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that that is actually authentically what those machines do sometimes.
Machine.
Machines do.
Machines
I was trying to decide
in
between.
Mobile.
I was trying to decide between machines or mechanisms. Screw you guys. But I think sometimes those things actually do just spout flame because they have to like outgas it so the whole thing doesn't explode.
And they look awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
and they
was
look
more
awesome.
like, oh, look at that flame.
Yeah.
Like, I knew the stakes were high when I saw
Exactly.
that.
Well, not to mention you knew the stakes high when that 18-year-old smashed a bottle against the fence and
Oh, yeah.
yelled at him from across the parking lot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, something's
And like
going to go down.
basically we're like threatening his wife with sexual violence.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like their whole motivation
Terrifying.
was like one of the guys, one of the dudes who was like at the bar, basically said like, I have been wanting, like in so many, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was saying, I have been wanting to have sex with that woman for a long time.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Nick Cage shows up, who they are clearly married,
Yeah.
and he is just like, hey, step off because I want to have
I've
sex
been
with
laying
your
the
woman.
foundation on your wife.
Right, while
Well,
you've been off fighting the war.
Yeah. Being a hero
Yeah.
to the country.
Yes, with your lethal hands. Sorry, lethal body.
Lethal being. So he fights people in the parking lot in
Yeah.
the rain. It's totally hot. And he ends up killing a dude by like jamming his the palm of his
Yeah.
hand into the bottom of the dude's nose.
Yeah.
And driving
Nose
his
bone.
nose bone.
It's
Yep.
like,
Through his
"Phoom,"
brain?
like it makes a loud noise.
Yeah.
And goes slow motion.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's dead.
Yeah. And then also the bartender comes out and very clearly says, he's dead.
The bartender, the
Yeah.
closest thing they have to a doctor in that poor town.
So then, gavel, gavel, gavel.
Yep.
You are a lethal weapon. You go to prison for 10 years.
Yeah, I love how that was the official opinion of the court, was that because of his ranger training,
Yep.
Yeah.
laws were not the same for him.
Well, and did you notice that he was trying to get a plea bargain of up to 4 years?
Yes.
And so he could have gotten out in 1 because it was involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
But then the judge added that judgment.
Yeah.
So it was 7 to 10 years. Hence, Casey's 7 years old.
Because he's lethal.
Ah.
Yeah, because he's a
Yeah.
lethal weapon.
And then,
And then, boom.
Con Air.
Yeah, it was amazingly
Pretty
timed.
sweet graphic.
Yep.
The O has like a sick bird doing a raptor. Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yep.
So we're up to minute 6
Yep.
of the movie.
Yeah.
Then we cut to jail.
Everything's
I will
occurring.
say, in 96, I had a better mobile phone than John Cusack did.
Sure.
Mobile phone. Nailed it.
Well done. High five yourself. Our palms are unwilling.
Yes.
But yeah, we cut to jail and we have an amazing montage.
Maybe-
one of my top montages.
It was incredible.
And I love montages.
Sure, we know you do. Every listener to the show knows you love montage.
He gets ripped. He does like head push-ups.
Yeah.
Standing push-ups.
Crazy
What are they called?
exercises.
Handstand push-ups.
Handstand
And then
push-ups.
like crazy things where he like crosses his legs and then lifts his entire body
Yeah.
Like
up.
Christian
'Cause
Bale
he's dead.
from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically just like, I gotta get through this to see my little girl.
My girl Casey.
My
although-
hummingbird.
My hummingbird. My girl Casey.
I will say they do some character development during that montage.
Yeah.
In between the origami and the
Learning
learning
Spanish.
Spanish. Where there's a riot. There's like a full-scale riot with flames and stuff, and he ignores it
Yeah.
because he keeps his head down. And also, you don't appreciate it at the moment, but later you'll learn to appreciate he has almost zero reaction.
Yeah. He like kind of like rolls his eyes and like awkwardly covers one ear to try to sleep while the riot happens.
Yeah, he's like a little kid whose parents
Yeah.
are fighting
Mm.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting and things will get really bad for a while, but then they'll get better once
Yeah.
they divorce, and
Yeah.
then you'll just be fine.
Right. I mean,
In the end?
yeah. I mean, sometimes though, other prisoners and guards don't want to trouble the other inmates, so they have all of their riots outside in the car, while the inmates can just sleep peacefully in their cells.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds nicer for
I mean,
the inmates.
right? I mean, eventually, the guards and the rioters will come and have all the inmates sit down in a common space and let them know that a riot's happening. But You did this.
What, Molly? We're
You're
talking
loving
about
this.
riots.
Yeah.
So is the riot the separation or the divorce?
Okay.
Molly, come on.
Just stop twisting the knife. Did you just high five yourself for that? Monster chase. Anyway, so there's this entire thing where during the entire opening credits, Nick Cage and his daughter are having are well articulated on the daughter's end, like correspondence
They are pen
throughout
pals.
their lives. Yeah.
Penitentiary pals.
I'm actually going to high five for that one. Boom.
That was a real high five.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it didn't sound
You
good.
could probably hear how bad it was.
Yeah, it was
My one problem during that scene,
The one.
yeah, there's only one. It's an amazing montage. Is that the daughter references how she just started daycare
Yeah.
when she's at the point where she can read and write.
We were real good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. Single working mother.
Let me present something to you.
Daycare's going to start early. I guess maybe the family's around.
Well, sometimes what daycare workers or parents will do is they will write down what the child says.
Okay.
I buy it.
Yeah, me too.
I buy it.
It's reality.
Let me present another possibility, though.
Montage is perfect.
Let me present another possibility. Nicolas Cage was in the Gulf War. Gulf War syndrome is actually the result of a series of secret genetic experiments on our brave soldiers.
Yeah.
Therefore, his daughter has a few tweaks in her DNA that makes her a super genius.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also buy that.
Yep.
Yep.
Either way, I'm on board.
Yep. Great montage.
Great montage. Then they all get on the con plane.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're at minute 10.
Yeah. Okay. So Nicolas Cage, he's paroled. He's just getting flown to wherever to meet his wife. He's good to go.
Someone nailed that. I thought he was maybe still at a con, but he's free after the flight.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
That was Molly.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm just going to point out, at this point in the movie, I am fully on board.
Yes.
Ah,
Thank you for that update.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we have Mr. Exposition himself in an amazing beige flowing suit.
Oh, it's good.
John Cusack.
So
it's
good.
it's just 8 yards of fabric.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Probably 4 to 5 pleats per side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could fit at least one half more John Cusack in that suit.
I mean, if he jumped out of that plane, he wouldn't need a parachute.
He'd be fine.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
be fine.
Like a
Like
squirrel
a flying
suit.
squirrel.
Yeah.
Ah.
Real high five. So he is there to tell other people and the audience that this is the U.S. Marshals plane for carting prisoners around.
Yeah.
Here are the following prisoners that will be on this plane.
Yeah.
This guy's a monster. This guy's also a monster. This guy is a different kind of monster.
Yep.
One of those monsters is a militant black guy who wrote a very popular book, and they aren't that keen on him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that got
Ving
weird.
Rhames.
That was really weird.
It was
I couldn't tell how problematic it was.
I don't think they could either.
It was like
It was, instead of the Black Panthers, it was the Black Gorillas.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just to start.
But it was, to be fair to the movie, it was spelled G-U-E. Like that kind of gorilla.
That gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It made me uncomfortable,
Right.
but I can't actually articulate exactly why. Like, it wasn't
It seemed
so
like
blatant.
they were comparing activism to, like, a man who had, raped 23 women.
Sure.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, he did kill people.
Okay.
Ving Rhames' character killed a bunch of people.
I didn't catch that part
Yeah,
of it.
but...
I just caught the part where he wrote a book.
Well, but that was after he'd gone to prison for killing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, murder is not okay.
It was just I think it was problematic.
What?
Strong stance from Beth.
Yes.
Yes.
High five. Oh, he was actually offering a real one.
It was his right hand.
Oh, okay. That was sort of, I think but that moment where they're talking about Ving Rhames' character was the first of many moments where it was it kept teetering towards becoming completely problematic.
Yeah.
But they never quite went all the way where all of the characters were actually having explicit opinions. You know what I mean? Most of the guards, they were just I'm very angry at this black militant, but they were also mad at all the other convicts.
Yeah.
But it was just slightly tinged in an uncomfortable way.
Yeah, there was it's hard because there was too many more N-words than I was comfortable with.
Right.
But also they're all prison guards and convicts.
Yeah.
So maybe that's realistic.
Right.
But also it's like a middle of the road action film.
Right.
So,
So it's do we really need to go there?
Yeah, I think that's how I felt about it. It was they didn't have to go there, and the way that they went there was just kind of like vague enough to be like, why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
It
Like,
didn't
what's
feel like
the
a
point?
meaningful choice. Not like, what was that Tarantino movie about the slave who kills everybody? Django Unchained.
Yeah.
But don't
I'm
you
not
get
wrong
the
with that
impression
synopsis.
he did that movie specifically so he could use the N-word as much as he wanted to?
That is the new argument now that Hateful Eight's come out.
Maybe that movie's a bad example, but like there could be a movie that drops as much racially charged language as this movie does that is making a point about that.
Right.
And this movie just seemed to be like kind of throwing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, this is probably what prison life is like.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't...
And maybe it
was-
is.
Sure.
But this is not like Oz or something. I haven't seen Oz either. Is that a real hard-hitting prison drama, or is that a goofball?
I wonder, though, if the first draft wasn't different than what the last draft was.
The first draft was where the plane is the prison, like I wanted.
Yeah, that probably is true. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, they watered it down to be more acceptable, but not all the way.
Oh, you think the first draft was like...
It could have been racier.
Probably.
So that happens, the race stuff. The pilot was put at gunpoint initially, but then they do get a convict pilot. So
Yeah.
we were both right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I believe I was more correct.
What was your thing?
That a convict flies the plane.
But they
I
both
feel like
fly
it's
the
half
plane.
and half. The pilot is held at gunpoint until they land in Carson City, and then
Yeah.
they get a convict plane, and he flies it the next leg.
Yeah.
It's like pretty split down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
say
relay race.
Yeah. Like they
Okay.
both fly one leg. of the
A relay
trail.
race where one of the racers is not voluntarily racing, but
Yeah. I'd say that.
and then
Okay, no,
gets
you're
killed
correct.
at the end.
Yeah.
You're
I would
correct.
say you're both right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had just... Okay,
Hmm?
great.
Should we check in at this point in the movie, Beth? How are you feeling about it? We're
We're
on the plane,
Less on board.
less on board.
Dave Chappelle has made fun of
starts
the
to get-
Native American guy.
Yeah, it
Ooh.
starts to get uncomfortably racist
Yeah.
and uncomfortably sexist.
With Johnny 23.
Yeah, that... I had a really big problem with that character.
Everybody should.
But I mean, what was the point of that character?
He's like really evil, I
Yeah.
guess.
But it's not what... Okay, you know when you like... If you build a really evil character in your story, he needs to die in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Or you need to feel like you get... As an audience member, you need to see some sort of revenge.
Right.
We should say Johnny 23 is the serial rapist David
That-
Trejo
Yeah.
plays. We
Yes.
referenced the first half.
Yes.
And he has a tattoo with like all these hearts on his arm, and like he's like says something about like it's closer to 600 if you like if they really knew or something like that. Like really like terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's awful. And then there is a female guard on the plane that he like attempts to rape at one point.
Yeah. Like
Multiple
times.
points.
times.
Actually.
Yeah. That seems to be his main character motivation is to rape this female guard.
Yeah.
And she never gets, like, what I would have liked to see in this movie is if they were going to do that, is for her to get her revenge somehow.
Yeah.
Right? But instead, he dies in the plane crash.
I thought he died because she kicked the shit out of him, so he was unconscious and hanging off of that.
No.
She to be fair, and I agree with you. I think there is a lot of her being really proactive and defending herself, and
Yeah.
then at a certain point when he is handcuffed, she does get in a couple of kicks and some spitting on him and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think, though, the problem is that she's basically, her whole character is part of this plot device
Yeah.
to show that Cameron is a good guy and that he tries to protect women. And so the fact that she does get to do a few things really felt kind of added on
Oh,
and
totally.
kind of
Yeah.
phony.
Absolutely.
And that she was, that she was still undermined as a complete person.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though she'd have a first and last name as well as a guard in front of it. Like, she was the
Yeah.
most well-named female
That's true.
character
Right.
in the whole thing.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the movie itself. It seemed like they were trying to make some like a crazy action movie with like explosions and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
There was I mean, they had to know that it's like funny to watch, right? You can't like put that. There are moments in this movie that are like hilariously bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's an absurd action movie.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
over the top.
I just felt like that specific storyline did not belong at all.
I agree. I think it's too heavy
for what
for
was
this-
going
Way
on
too
around
heavy.
the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Same with like the racially charged language and stuff.
Yeah.
It's too heavy for.
Yeah.
And then Steve Buscemi spending some quality time with a child in an abandoned pool, which at one point I was like, is he having an illusion? Because there's not supposed to be anything around there.
There was a
You see
trailer
the
park.
Oh. Yeah, no, you see that at the end, but for a
Yeah.
while it just
You
seems
thought he was
so
like hallucinating?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would've
thought
liked that.
I mean, I think that might have been better.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi's character is weird. I mean, it's a weird character because he's like the Hannibal that's brought on board with the face mask,
Yeah.
and he killed 30 people, and he wore a girl's head and drove through 3 states.
Yeah.
But then he's also like juxtaposed with that all that backstory. He's also the very calm, like level-headed one
Yeah.
who then goes and talks to the little girl in the pool, and that's
He's
the scene
supposed
where
to-
it's like, oh, he's gonna murder this girl, but then he doesn't.
He's supposed to be comic relief the entire time.
Is
Like
he?
he's not a threat at any point in that movie, except for when he's with that girl, which is weird.
Yeah, I also don't know why he's in the movie.
Yeah, right?
Like, he doesn't meaningfully interact with anybody. I don't think he affects the arc of anything.
I feel like he's like sort of supposed to be, because there's some really weird religious elements. Like I don't even know. I was going to say undertones, but there was nothing that was
No.
under anything. Yeah, there were some really weird things because you're kind of led to believe that he has this moment of awareness where he accepts that he has an illness,
Right.
and possibly accepts spirituality into his life. It's really unclear, but I think we're supposed to treat him like Hannibal and be excited for him that he's free at the end,
Sort of.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I mean, at the end, like spoiler alert, everything gets resolved. And then it cuts to Steve Buscemi in a casino,
Mhm.
which,
Like winning the
like,
craps.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I feel lucky or something like that. And it's like, is that supposed to be like the moment where you're like, oh, yay, he got
supposed to be a
his
laugh
too.
line.
Like,
Yeah.
I just
He's supposed to be a joke. His whole character is supposed to be a joke, which
but
is
it's not funny.
well, right. I mean, that goes back to what you're saying about the whole movie. Like it's supposed to be this ridiculous, over the top thing, but they kept introducing like too real of characters for a prison plane. Where it's like this man killed 30 people, but he's supposed to be the silly one. Like,
Just like it's like they didn't really understand what they were doing when they were making. the
Well,
movie,
I think
right?
they just didn't care. This was probably written by like two 25-year-old white dudes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, maybe not.
We don't know. We
I
should
can.
look
I'll
that
look
up.
it up. But
You can tweet at us.
Ooh, yeah, tweet at us.
Totes Recall Paul. Paul.
Moneyball.
Please
At
add
Totes
Totes
Recall
Recall Paul.
Yes, our good friend.
Hashtag Who Dem Writers.
Although we have spoiled that the problem gets resolved, we've not actually talked about the problem yet, which is John Malkovich.
John Malkovich.
He is a great John Malkovich.
He nails John
Oh,
Malkovich.
such
Yeah.
a good Malkovich.
He's Cyrus the Virus,
Yes.
a criminal mastermind.
yeah, he's a weirdo.
I feel like the screenwriters just didn't bother with his lines. They were just like, say something creepy and John Malkovich-y
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially there's one line that I don't remember, but I wish I did, where he's on top of the plane.
Yep.
The lore of
Yeah.
penal
lore.
Something ends with penal lore,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, you didn't write that. John Malkovich wrote that.
No, he absolutely improvised my proclivities that have become whatever in penal, like legendary in penal lore.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
No one who created Johnny 23 wrote that line.
He's great. So he is on board, obviously, and him and Ving Rhames pull pins out of their hands
Yeah.
to pick their locks,
Yeah.
and then Dave Chappelle, who is in this movie,
Yes.
nailed it, who does a great job of being Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
It's so funny to see him in just like an action movie as
Yeah.
just like a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really weird. 'Cause
Well-
I'm a big fan of Chappelle.
Well,
show.
and it's funny because this was pre-Chappelle show, so like he didn't have as much like cultural cachet at the time.
Yeah.
He was just like a gangly, funny guy.
Yeah.
That they threw in the movie.
Yeah.
And then threw out of the plane.
Ah!
Oh.
Yeah, so he's on board and he lights the Native American man on fire
Ugh.
and to distract the guards, and then
Open the cages. Yeah.
and then they get
And-
out and they kill people.
I mean, it is crazy town and on that plane.
It
Right.
is crazy.
But you know who's cool as a cucumber?
Yes, Nicky Cage.
Nicky
Yes,
Cage.
that is the moment when everything started to go nuts, and they kept cutting back to Nicolas Cage, just sort of like standing there, just looking like, you know what I mean? Like it's like he missed a bus, like he's just like, or like there's a delay. You're like, you know, like we just stopped the train because there's a couch on the tracks. Like that was the face he had. It's
His
just like
Zen training in prison when he was hovering
Another
above.
riot.
But they kept cutting to him. Like every time someone got shot or like thrown over a chair, they just kept cutting to Cage, just not really reacting to it. But they kept cutting to it like it was a reaction shot.
Well, but I mean, I think they did give a little foundation with his character when he's trying to talk down the DEA agent who gets lovingly frisked and given a gun on board, and later that gun is used against him. I don't know. Anyway, he gets shot. Yeah. But during that encounter, Cameron, aka Nicky Cage, says, "You know, you don't have any control over this, right?
Yeah.
You're not in control."
He's trying to
So he was-
de-escalate the
Trying to
situation.
de-escalate, but I think also that's like his whole. That's the only philosophy you get from him.
So you're saying he didn't react because he just accepted the idea to wait for his moment.
Yeah, that he just had no control over what was happening.
Sure.
But you did expect something
Something,
more.
right? Like,
Because he is a bananas actor. And we do get an early Nick Cage.
oh my god, I totally
insanity.
forgot about that.
I think in Mobile, Alabama, right? Like when he sees his wife or something?
No.
No.
It's when he's talking to the cellmate about going on parole, right? And he says some joke, and then he does this weird sort of laugh, but it's like way too much for what the conversation. He's just like, he puts his hand on his shoulder, he's like, ah! And then just like,
Yeah.
I'm going
His face goes from like blank to like
full Cage.
insane yell,
Yeah.
cry, laugh.
The cage is thrown open for that moment. We see the full
that's
glory.
the first one where you're like, yes.
Oh my God.
Nick
I
Cage.
feel like his fellow actor was genuinely scared and
Startled,
stunned
yeah.
in that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I would be.
Baby-O.
Maybe, yeah. Is that the same? That's not the same dude on the plane. That's a different...
Baby-O.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Let's go with
Because what
diabetes?
was happening was they were both going on the flight,
Oh,
but
okay.
he was just being transferred to another prison.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were like being buddy-buddy about it, but they were also joking like, oh, I'm still going to be in jail, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad for me.
Too bad for me.
Oh, well.
I'm diabetic. I'll just stay in jail and get my insulin.
Yeah.
Oops.
At this point in the movie, how are you feeling, Beth? When shit is going down,
Oh,
everybody's dying.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was so wackadoo that I was kind of back on board. At
Sure.
one point, it's like super violent. I mean,
Yeah.
it starts off with them starting a man on fire.
Right.
Yeah.
But at one point, somebody takes one of the handcuffs and like goes
Yeah.
through the neck of one
Yeah.
of the guards. I mean, that
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
bananas.
So I was a little bit more back on board.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So they land the plane in Carson City.
This is the point in the movie. No, never mind. The first scene in the movie was that scene. Every scene in this movie goes on like 20% too long.
Yeah. Is the first half when Cage recaps the entire movie for us?
Yes.
Yes.
For his seatmate?
Yes. He and Baby-O are sitting down, and Baby-O's just like, what's going on? And Nick Cage basically just...
Summarizes the movie. He's like, there's a bunch of wackos on this plane. Every crazy from here to wherever's on this
Yeah.
plane. And they have control of the plane.
And we're stuck here.
And we're stuck here. It's like, yeah, that's-
Amazing.
It's like the anticipated cable reruns.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. For
And now
kids
back
just
to your
tuning in.
program.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. Now what's going on? Yeah. So they land and they swap.
Is
and
that
like
a commercial flight? Oh.
Cage wants to get off.
Right.
But he's really dedicated to getting a syringe for Baby-O's insulin.
Yes.
He's a ranger.
Because he's a
And he
ranger.
wants to save Lady Guard,
He wants to save Lady Guard as well.
who is now
yeah.
handcuffed to a cage.
Although he seemed like he was okay with leaving Lady Guard. Because she was like, I can take care of myself. And he's like, I know you can.
Oh, sure.
He's staying on the plane
For Baby-O.
Baby-O.
Yes.
This movie, as in all movies, the diabetes is just against science. I won't say more about it. But from this point, like almost the rest of the movie, he is trying to get a syringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
That is the goal of this movie.
Through a very intense explosion action sequence on the ground, his sole purpose is to find a syringe to give Baby O insulin.
Yeah.
It's at some point he's jumping through a window, everything's exploding, people are shooting back and
hair is
forth,
flying through the air.
and he's just trying to get this syringe he found in a garage back to the plane.
A syringe?
He doesn't care about the plane anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about. That's why he doesn't get off, because his friend's gonna die.
Right. Because he doesn't leave him behind.
Because he doesn't leave him behind.
Because he's a ranger. Yeah, it was weird. And I actually forgot that was his motivation for half the movie. Because most of the middle of him is just him doing sweet lethal moves in very tight spaces in that plane. And John Malkovich-ing around the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do find... Oh, when they take off from Carson City... Dave Chappelle almost gets left behind.
Because he was too busy hitting on a lady.
He was, yeah. He ends up getting caught in the landing gear.
Yes.
And they go down
Is that what was happening?
Yeah.
It was not clear to me.
It was creating drag.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why they
Because
they had to let him
Swamp,
loose for
what was his
that.
name? Swamp Man?
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, the convict pilot was just landing gear's not all the way up, or blah, blah, blah. So then him and Ving Rhames and Poe went down to check the landing gear.
Yeah.
And they found out the reason the landing gear wasn't up is because a not very convincing Dave Chappelle dummy
I mean, it looked it was so clearly not him.
It looked
Yeah.
like a school
I
project.
just didn't understand. I didn't understand, unless they were actually on a plane and so they needed a dummy to hang out of the plane, why Dave Chappelle couldn't have just laid there in makeup.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe he was filming Half-Baked.
Maybe.
Oh, he just couldn't beat it.
Or maybe, I mean, honestly, it might have honestly been that he was just sort of a day play, just 1 day of filming.
Yeah.
And then, during production, the two 25-year-olds were like, what if he got caught in landing gear and wrote that into the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should mention that before Dave Chappelle gets shoved out of the landing gear, Nicky Cage writes a message onto his shirt for John Cusack to know, the convicts taking the plane, they're going to this Air Force or airfield.
Yeah.
Because they put the transponder on an old people tourism plane so they would follow the old people tourism train.
Yeah, this is when
The mayor of Boston.
Chief O'Brien is freaking out because his best friend, maybe lover, has been killed.
Yes.
And he's just he's going to blow up everything with these attack helicopters that the DEA owns.
Yes. Okay, I don't think they own them. Here's at this moment.
Why is the DEA in charge?
When Cole Meany picks up the phone and starts demanding attack helicopters. Yes, sorry. Okay. Chief O'Brien starts demanding attack helicopters. I don't care what it takes. Blah, blah, blah. I had this weird moment. And I wrote this down, that he's basically, if Donald Trump becomes president, that's what'll happen. It's I've been slighted slightly. Give me all the power you can muster for this one task. And then for the rest of the movie, I couldn't let it go. Every time he started screaming at someone for being a pussy or being in the way, I'm it's the same guy.
Well, there's a scene I want to talk about that's around this time in the movie where Chief O'Brien and John Cusack are yelling at each other about, I think, whether to blow up the plane or not.
Yes, correct.
And Cusack just starts dropping philosophers,
quoting
quoting philosophers, talking about social theories about how society can rate itself by how it treats. I'm surprised he didn't drop that society can judge itself by how it treats.
There was
its
there's a classic Cusack monologue in that scene.
Yeah,
where he's just here are the facts. Fact number, it almost felt like his character from High Fidelity, where he should have been looking at the camera fact number 1. Yeah. We have a plane full of.
And it felt like those two 25-year-olds had just got out of college and were this movie needs to be we're going to write an awesome action movie. Yeah. Jerry Bruckheimer's on board. Yeah. We got all the money we want. Right. But let's make it mean something. Yeah. Let's just shine a light.
Let's put some God stuff in there.
Yes. Yeah. Let's put some God stuff in there. Let's put in how does society treat its convicts.
Let's have Cole Meany actually say something oh, you're saying the system creates these monsters, and then chews on a cigar. And,
Let's have Steve Buscemi describe most people's lives as insane and hopeless.
Yeah. There's some Fight Club stuff in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of God stuff, I wrote this line down. Cage says at one point to Baby O,
"Yep,
I'm going to show you God does exist."
When
he's dying and he doesn't believe in God anymore.
He has believed in God so fervently.
Has he though?
Yes, he makes reference to it, and we have to trust it because he only gets a few lines.
Okay,
so it's a sixth of his character.
Right.
is talking about how he believes in God, and then the last sixth is how he doesn't. And so then, Nick Cage is like, I'm going to show you God exists.
By fighting everybody?
Going ape shit on that plane.
Yeah.
I asked the question, why didn't he just do that in the first
Yeah,
place?
right? He literally was at the back of the plane and just started screaming and swinging his gigantic Hulk arms and just went full bore through the plane up to the cockpit and, like, took everybody out.
Yeah.
Well, they were kind of drunk and distracted.
Well, that's
at
true.
that
They were
point,
listening
and a
to
bunch
Sweet
of
Home
them died.
Alabama, which Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi pointed out was ironic because most of that band died in a plane crash.
And you realize that's why they set him in Alabama.
Yes, just so
Just
they could
for
make
that
that
song?
joke.
Yeah.
That song and that joke.
There was
Turn it
one
up. That's how it goes.
4th of July where I was at my grandparents' house in Wisconsin, and they live on a lake. And across the lake, people listened to that song,
Yep.
like so loud that we could hear it across the lake, literally on repeat the entire night.
Maybe they were a plane full of convicts that had managed to get scot-free.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they were so high.
Okay. We haven't really talked about accents too hard yet.
Sure,
Oh.
we should.
I think we should get into this because I feel like Cage was not the only one that was having problems.
Cage has a very accurate Alabama accent that is consistent throughout.
Flawless.
It's like he'll say a whole sentence, and then the last word has like a southern twang to it.
Yeah.
Also, it was like if someone who like had spent like 6 years in Massachusetts and then moved to the South.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of weird R's that felt Boston-y,
Right.
but the rest of it was like fake Southern.
Do you think maybe his accent got altered because he listened to all those Spanish tapes, Spanish language tapes in prison?
Yeah.
So like now he's got kind of like different patois.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably what happened.
I'd also like to talk about Chief O'Brien's accent.
Yes.
Because like he definitely was trying to be the mayor of Boston
Yeah.
like a lot of times, but like there were definitely a few times when he was screaming philosophy at Cusack that he went full Irish.
Yeah.
Like he just lost it because he was so into the rage.
Yeah.
Like he was so into the vein popping Donald Trump moment that he went full Irish, and it was delightful.
Molly, do you want to say anything about his Southern accent as a Southern lady yourself?
Yes.
As the representative of the entire South on this podcast.
Well, on this podcast, yes. No, I think you're accurate. It was very hard, and I think part of what made it hard was he just also had the accent of a much older man than himself, and one who is possibly more affluent.
Yeah.
It was just there was just a lot that to me, and again, I don't mean to be rude, but yeah, but I think the
Wait,
daughter.
rude to Cage?
Well, to
He's also a
anyone.
listener.
Yes.
No, I know he's not. Listen, I don't imagine that people are. I just feel bad putting negativity out there.
Okay.
But I will say, I felt like the
Go back to the Aladdin episode.
Okay, that's really fair. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but I thought the daughter had a pretty spot on accent.
Do you think she was just
great.
legitimately
I
from
bet she
that
was,
area?
yeah, from the South.
She was a little girl, so it's hard to judge her harshly, but not doing a great job. I
With
didn't
the
think.
acting, you mean?
Yeah, like there were a lot of just like crazy-eyed stares, and then like, okay, go.
I
Right.
feel like that was, I mean,
Maybe she was stressed
for
out.
a lot of for child actors,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of times it's like, how good is the director?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, I'm
Great.
sure the director was like, make crazy eyes, and then she did it, and then
All right.
you
But
know,
I felt like she
buy
wasn't
it.
like precocious and gross and phony.
Right, I agree.
But I think she was in part those things because she might have been actually scared
Yeah.
yeah.
during a
Like,
lot of it.
Can I be done hugging this man now?
Yeah.
She
Well,
almost got her head crushed by his giant.
Yeah,
elbows
I
and
mean,
forearms.
he's a lethal weapon.
yeah, to Cage's credit, like, accent aside, he read the script and said, this man has a lethal body, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go take care of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just, like, bulked up.
He's
I was
huge.
not prepared, and I've seen this movie several times.
But,
and
like,
I
bulked
just
up in a
forgot.
very specific way. Can we talk about that? Like,
Arms?
he was like,
Shoulders?
he was like a equilateral triangle whose base started right below the neck and then just kind of like went rippled down to his waist.
Yeah,
Those shoulders were massive.
they were
Yeah.
so big.
Yeah, like I'm surprised he could even walk down the aisle in the center aisle of the plane without
Well,
like knocking people's heads
He
in.
knocked everybody.
Well, but that was
Yeah.
He was like Bluto, just like
yeah,
taking people
yeah,
out right
he
and
was like
left.
Pluto. We should probably talk about that. The whole reason this happened is because John Cusack and some drug lord made some deal where the drug lord was going to like expedite them all to South America or something.
I guess so.
Wait,
No,
Colombia.
you think? Oh, you mean
Malkovich.
Malkovich.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
I was
unclear,
like-
but yeah.
I was like,
Yes,
I missed a lot of this.
because the guy who plays the mysterious convict who gets on in Carson City, who also played Santino or whatever, Sandino?
Something like that.
He was Jesse from General Hospital.
Okay.
Okay, so a bunch of you got that reference.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But he was kind of the pretty son of a drug dealer, was my
In the
impression.
soap opera or...
No, in the movie.
Oh, in the movie. Yeah,
In the
yeah,
movie.
totally.
But then he's going to backstab him and not take him to Colombia?
Yeah, he's just
Yes.
trying to get out and get to Colombia.
Because Cage is looking for that syringe, the airfield, and he
Yes.
stumbles upon the drug guy's plane,
Yeah,
which is
and he-
heavily guarded.
He lethal weapons them all.
He lethal bodies
but
them all.
he
That's a
makes
different
sure-
franchise.
I'm sorry. Cage holds a gun terribly in that
Oh,
scene.
you know what I think
in
it
all
is?
the scenes.
I think what it is like it probably really strains for him to straighten that arm out. So he's got to just keep it. Yeah.
he's too swole.
Yeah, he's too swole, so he's just got to kind of like keep it like around the frame.
Yeah.
Like Nick, just keep it in the frame, buddy.
My arm's too big.
He's-
Why is he saying? Okay. So, but that moment after he takes out all the drug, maybe it's not a drug. He might actually be the son of like some Banana Republic like dictator,
Sure.
because Cusack finds a note in Malkovich's.
It's Colombia.
Is it Columbia?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Anyway, so that's when Cusack and him have their first face-to-face moment.
Yeah.
Guns awkwardly pointed at each
Yeah.
other. Suit of Cusack flowing beautifully.
Tight A-frame shirt.
Tight A-frame.
Do you think that Cusack got his pants from the Banana Republic?
Oh!
That was a personal high five.
Is that your left hand? Come on. I'm
Gotta get
going to get a
tricky.
left hand high five.
Okay, so they have this moment. It's pretty good, not great.
It's not Point Break
Exactly.
gun level.
Exactly.
Where Keanu falls down, his busted knee is busted.
Oh.
And he's like, I'm going to shoot
Busted knee.
Sways. But he can't because
Bodie,
he's in love with him.
please.
I haven't seen it.
Are you fucking... You haven't seen Face Off and you haven't seen Point Break?
Nope.
You guys... These
I
are the
know.
two best movies the 90s produced.
I will watch Face Off.
Oh my god. You won't watch Point Break?
I've seen Point
Oh my
Break.
god, right.
God, I'm
Okay.
not a monster.
Wait a minute.
Okay, speaking of Cusack, though, in that entire sequence at the airfield, so many close calls, like cartoonish pratfalls, where he almost gets killed by chaos.
And he's always like popping his head up somewhere, and then the plane is right there.
He gets buzzed, right?
He gets
Mom?
buzzed,
Yeah.
and
the term.
a jet engine hits him in the chest,
Yeah.
and then he's got like a comical burn mark on his white
Yeah.
shirt.
On his
True.
white flowing shirt.
Yeah.
Even the shirt is probably could be cinched up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a lot of close calls for Cusack. But he's sneaking around. He's doing a good job.
He
of
actually is
being
doing a
You
job.
guys, we don't even know all the things he's capable of. At first, your first hint is
The Marshall character.
John Cusack's
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
Yeah, because the first you see him drive a car real fast, you're like, okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But then you start seeing him dodging stuff, and that's pretty cool. The best part comes at the end, and I'm going to hold on to it.
His philosophy is cool.
His
Also.
philosophy
Yeah.
is cool.
Right.
His style is
Cool for
Questionable.
97.
cool for 97.
Is it?
Probably.
Probably. We'll have to look that up.
I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool how his pants like blew in the wind.
Yeah. How he
like
could hide an entire
Cage's
assault
hair.
rifle in
Yeah.
one leg of his
Yeah.
pants if he wanted to.
It's no Roadhouse pants, though. I don't know if you guys have seen Roadhouse.
I'm trying to remember the pants. I mostly focused on this area. I'm gesturing to the Swayze chest with my hands
Swayze
right now.
wears a white suit with maybe 20 pleats in it. It's so good. Cage is a little bit like Roadhouse Swayze
Yes.
in that he is very zen and
Yes.
also BA.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell Cameron Poe could definitely be the bouncer at that crazy bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I made a promise about a vintage car.
You
Yes.
did?
Oh,
That
so
was Donald
good.
Trump's car?
Yeah.
Yep.
With license plate as Kicker
Uh-huh.
K-I-K-R, is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
and Z's
Yeah.
for as.
Yeah. Because it's a family film.
Yeah. Yeah, they hook.
Yeah.
The car gets accidentally hooked up
Yes.
to the plane and then is driven away and explodes, and we all get a good laugh.
Yeah.
Because Chief O'Brien was such a
D.
D, and now his car's all messed up.
Yeah.
Well, there was a pretty good one-liner from Cage.
Oh,
from
yeah.
inside the plane. With something like, any other day, that'd be unusual.
That'd be real
Yeah.
And then the car tries to buzz the tower,
Yeah.
but instead smashes into the tower.
Yeah.
And then lands right in front of Chief O'Brien.
Yeah.
LOL.
But don't worry, guys. Eventually, John Cusack and the mayor of Chicago become friends. Boston. They become friends.
Sort of.
They have, I think, a grudging
They have an
understanding.
They have a respect.
It is an accelerated... Oh, I guess I didn't need my car that much. Well, that's great.
That's true. I call it professional respect.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
And all John Cusack had to do to gain that respect was to hop on
Oh my God! Yes.
hop on a motorcycle and chase down a fire truck
Yeah.
and fly his own helicopter.
Yeah.
The ending action sequence of this movie is
So
fantastic.
good.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Screw the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
We know
We're
Cage.
done with it.
We know Cage goes insane. We know he hulks out and proves to Baby that God exists by just ripping the plane apart with his bare arms, and then convincing Swamp Thing to try to land. But it turns out he has to land because the engines are fucked up because Chief O'Brien tried to Donald Trump helicopter the plane. So now one of the engines is taken out and they're out of fuel, so they have to
They
land.
hit the Hard Rock Cafe. Should put that in there.
They're gonna land in Vegas, which Molly points out. Like Swamp Thing is like, we gotta land on the Strip. There's no way. And by land, I mean crash. And then Molly pointed out, like, there's literally desert everywhere else. Like they could just veer the plane slightly and land where no one is, instead of potentially killing thousands.
Yeah.
They probably kill a lot of people.
I wrote
yeah.
that down. I just wrote Vegas. A bunch of people died. No question. They
It
went
does say that.
right down the Strip.
Vegas, a bunch of people died.
And bunches underlined.
It is correct.
Yeah. So they crash into Vegas.
Yes. All of Vegas.
All of Vegas.
I mean, extensively.
And
like
then
the
it's-
Hard Rock Cafe is just the opening
Yeah.
lob.
yeah.
And then you think everything's great. They won.
Kind of like the end of Speed, which has like another false,
yeah.
like 20-minute ending.
Yep.
Everything's fine. They very quickly bring Cage's family to the scene. Like, this plane just cracked. Quick, get that
Where were
wife
they?
and daughter out there to meet Cage, who's still technically a convict. And there's a bunch of other convicts on the plane.
Right.
It's dumb that they're there.
Yeah.
But anyway, everything's not okay.
No, because as Cage seems to be wrapping things up and everything's fine, Johnny 23 is dead, everyone else is in a jail truck, Cage is about to see...
A crimer vehicle.
Sorry, a crimer land vehicle. Cage is about to reunite with his wife and daughter.
He does reunite with them.
No, first
Not
he's got to
yet.
leave no man behind.
You gotta leave no man.
Oh, jeez. This movie is exhausting.
It's so good, though.
Who actually realizes that Malkovich is still going?
Cage sees
Is it Cage
him
or
Yeah.
Cusack?
climbing,
They both see him on the
zombie-like on top of the...
Yeah.
Climbing on top of the
Right,
fire truck.
and they independently, that's what I loved about the team, they independently decide to go commandeer police motorcycles and then have a moment together. They're just like, we're doing this.
Because Malkovich and Rames have stolen a fire truck.
Malkovich, Rames, and Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Because Swamp Thing is the universal pilot.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can drive it. They both hop on the motorcycle at the same time, and then they look and they see the other ones there, and they kind of like just give like a nod, like
Yeah.
okay, let's get them.
Yeah, it was almost like are we doing this? We're doing this.
Yeah. And then they tear out and they chase it through a tunnel. They have to climb on the back of the fire
Ving
truck.
Rhames has for some reason put on a firefighter's jacket.
Well, he's undercover, probably. He's wearing.
Everybody has an axe.
Wait, okay, this part before they get on the truck though, this is the MVP of the movie besides Chief O'Brien. The MVP of the movie for me was what I refer to as hose cop because two legitimate motorcycle cops also join chase.
Yeah.
And Malkovich turns on the hose and starts spraying everybody. And they cut to this amazing close-up shot of one of the cops reacting before the hose hits him full in the face and he backflips off his motorcycle. That was that actor's one moment and he killed it.
I have a different MVP, but I don't want to derail the ending.
Okay.
Well,
So
and I also want to point out the two cops that gave chase, they made sure to have a shot where a donut with a bite out of it gets dropped.
Wah, cops and donuts.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was tired in '97.
Wasn't it tired in like 57?
Still do it. I still see it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cage climbs onto the fire truck, and then Malkovich tried to stab him with like a fish hook or something.
Pike thing.
Yeah, it's like a boat hook.
It must be used for firefighting, right?
Firefighting.
It looked like something you would keep next to your fireplace to like heat up a fire.
Yeah, but a giant one.
Yeah. Do you think firefighters are doing that?
Like sometimes they have to heat it up.
Yeah,
to
they're
like...
like heating up the fire.
I guess it's the same idea. Like you want to move a burning log.
Oh, there you go. It's probably to move. There you go. That's probably what it's for.
Great.
Tweet at us. What with that fire hook?
Yep. Cage breaks it in half and then stabs
Ooh.
Malkovich through the ankle entirely.
Oh, it's real gross.
It's real rough.
It was brutal.
All of us made a noise.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like,
we should point out that at this point, Cage, when he raged the plane, he got shot in the bicep, did not even feel it.
Did not flinch.
Did not flinch. Has now bandaged that arm and is still swole as shit, pulling himself up onto that fire truck.
Yeah. He got shot when he was showing Baby O that God exists. My favorite part of that end sequence, though, is someone's on top of the fire ladder that's extended after the tunnel. Malkovich.
Yeah.
And it hits like a skyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And he flies through it
Yeah.
into power lines,
yeah.
which explode with sparks. I don't even remember.
And then
And
falls
then-
in a
On a, like,
head
a-
crusher.
Well, I mean, it's not designed to crush heads.
That's the only thing that they could be designed to
falls
do.
into a machine that none of us could really identify. Maybe it's a rock crusher.
Sure.
I thought he was on
Like a conveyor belt.
a conveyor belt that then brought him up.
Yeah.
And he falls off.
Yeah.
Lands perfectly so his head is within the rock crusher.
Yeah.
And then
I have no idea why they.
fill in the blank.
Yeah. Why is that rock crusher like in the middle of the Vegas Strip?
Right.
What?
That's very confusing.
There's so much.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I've seen this movie multiple times, and I did not even remember the getting on the motorcycles and chasing down a fire truck, because in the scheme of the whole movie, it's so inconsequential.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the scheme of the movie's enjoyment, so
Oh,
consequential.
so
They're like,
important.
we
But,
got
I mean,
even more money. Let's just
Oh.
throw another.
Speaking of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money is.
Oh, that's right. The fire truck crashes into an armored car.
Yep.
And maybe some fire hydrants.
Who cares?
And it's just raining money down the stairs.
Explodes.
And what happens in that raining of money?
What?
No one remembers?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Tell us, Beth.
She's too excited. She's got to take a minute.
John Cusack.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Nick Cage
Oh.
have
here's
a
the
moment and shake hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
shake hands.
Stop high-fiving yourself. I would have high-fived you for that
I have
one.
never seen this movie.
No, that's
I
still
mean,
a
I knew when.
solid bit.
I feel proud of myself right
You
now,
should
you
be.
guys.
Can we-
I feel proud that I got 2 meaningful glances.
Yeah.
I upped
Yes.
the bet,
Yes.
and there were 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close-up face conflicts is what you predicted.
What?
You said...
I thought that's what I predicted.
Someone predicted 2 close-up face conflicts.
That's me. Not face conflict. No, mine was the...
You weren't listening.
Oh. Well, anyway,
Dan.
there were...
Dan wasn't listening.
Dan wasn't listening.
Oh, all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, it was like he feels conflicted on the inside, and
Yeah.
it's close up of his face.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I wanted you 2 of the meaningful looks.
That's what she was saying.
Ah.
I was saying,
Oh,
quick
okay.
shout out to conflicting faces, though. We're jumping like 45 minutes earlier. Cage kills a guy in the belly of the plane, comes back up, sits down, looks in horror at his lethal hands, and it is an incredible acting moment.
Yeah.
It's pure Cage. It's so good.
Yeah, just like, okay, my hands just killed someone. I'll look at them.
Yes.
Nailed
But I
it.
mean, if you were like sitting around thinking about, I want to do a scene, and the 2 actors I want to choose are Nick Cage and Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And the opening shot is of Nick Cage looking at his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it just writes itself.
It sure
Yeah.
does. It really does. There's another amazing hand acting one from Cage where literally only his hands are in the frame, where during the...
He's trying to get a syringe.
Yeah, during the him getting strained during the with the shootout between Con Air and the police, which we didn't even touch on, but who cares? Nick Cage is trying to pry open a door, and we can only see his hands and his swole ass arms, and the thing he's trying to pry with breaks, and then we see his hands reacting to like really kind of like frustrated shrug, and it was so unnecessary, but pure beautiful uncut Cage.
I want to talk about my
MVP? Please do.
Which is the pilot who can't give them a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Cusack busts into the hangar and is like, I need a chopper or a plane or anything, because he's got to follow the other chopper people who are going to the wrong place. And the guy's just like reading the paper in chair. He's like, hey, I'd like one too. There's none left. And just like flips the next page of the paper.
But he's sitting next to a plane.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
There are planes in there.
That dude should have been played by Harry Dean Stanton. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That would have like a nice elderly man just like, hey, I'd like a plane too.
Yeah, he knocked it out of the park.
So good.
Yeah, that was my MVP.
Yeah, him and Hose Cop should hang out.
My MVP is the old man who's hiding underneath a truck.
Yes.
Because that actor
Oh.
got underneath the truck
Yes.
for that shot. I mean, it was amazing.
It's authentic.
It was real authentic.
Yeah.
Like, good for him.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, and he's credited as man under truck. Sorry, old man
That
under
is
truck.
amazing.
Oh, he's defined by his age and location.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Are we all-
right? Oh, what are you, John Cusack? Jesus.
Just took sociology.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you Agent Larkin? Larkin.
Agent
Larkin. He never said Larkin. He never even tried to put an R in that name.
Yeah.
Well, Agent Larkin, there's two people I trust. One of them's me, the other one's not you.
Okay, so he says at one point that he only trusts two people and one of them is himself, and
Yep.
then later he trusts three people and one of them's Agent Larkin.
yeah.
The second one is never named, right? But it
No.
is Jesus.
I hope so.
Like it
right?
has to be, or God.
Well, it could be, but I also think he references his dad and what his dad taught him.
right.
So I assume it was his dad.
I thought
And
it
then
was
he
his
has to
dad.
make
I
light
assumed it
work.
was Jesus.
Well, it could be his father in either a spiritual or a literal way.
Oh,
Sure.
nice. But there was definitely like studio
father could be
mandated,
God.
a studio mandated or Robert McKee insisted line at the end when John Cusack when he's like, "Nah, I'll trust three people, Agent Larkin," and Cusack actually is like, "Is one of them me?" It's like, yeah. I mean,
That was
course.
unnecessary, right?
The ending credits of this movie are like the opening of a sitcom.
yes.
The movie finishes, and then we see just little vignettes with some sick guitar over. All the characters are doing the thing where they like turn towards the camera and like give a little head shake or
They're
nod.
like smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
like
the
every
rapist
Yeah.
murderers.
yeah, every
It was-
cut was them the moment of levity of their character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
was
upsetting.
so weird.
It's very weird.
Molly, you were noting every time there was some sick guitar riffs how you were bored.
Yes.
And like the music was timed perfectly to bring you back in.
I was supposed to, but
But it
I just
didn't work.
felt like it was just so well timed. I was like, oh, this must be where they were bored too, and they were like, bring in those sweet
Right.
guitar
Right.
riffs. And I mean, I got really bored with explosions and exciting things. It was just too much sometimes,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Do you think they just needed more shots where his hair responded to the situation?
I mean, honestly, I feel like the shots of him like looking into the sunshine and his hair flowing
Yeah.
were some of my favorites.
Yeah, no question.
Why do you think they let his hair go that long?
I think it's to show how far away he was from the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, when they first cut to him being like, "Dear Casey, I'm in jail for 7 years," his hair was, like, a little longer.
Yeah.
But not, like, crazy long yet.
Right.
So I guess he was just, like, he didn't give a shit for the whole time he was in prison or something.
I just feel like if you were like so military that even if you were in prison, you would still get a haircut.
But
It's
the
not like they don't give you a
military,
haircut.
Babio would have given him a haircut.
Yeah.
the military is they also have barbers in prison.
Yeah, I mean, you can just get a real haircut.
Listen, as far as I know, he never left that cell, even during a riot. That
That's
was
true.
a dog whimper.
Yeah, gas was $1.03. I wrote that
I
down.
love that you wrote that down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your wife also loved that you wrote that down, by the way. Like, she looked over at you with affectionate confusion.
Yeah, it's probably because my dad writes me letters on a regular basis and always notes gas prices in letters.
Like, where he is, or just in general?
Where he is.
Oh, okay. He doesn't give you, like, a chart?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure he would be interested in that.
Sure.
Yeah, he lives in
could reach
California
out.
where it's much higher.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
That it's higher in California?
No, yeah. No, I love that he writes the gas prices in there. I feel like that's one of those things that you can like look back at a letter and be like, oh, look at how
Gas.
cheap gas was
Time
or
capsule.
whatever.
Yeah. Then I'll read them during Fury Road times and be like,
Yeah.
you had money. Now I have to give over lizard pelts
For gasoline.
for gasoline.
Yeah.
before we get to rating, we have our ongoing segment that I introduce poorly every time.
Right.
If you like our podcast, and we hope that you do, you can leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher, but please tweet at us if you leave it anywhere other than iTunes, because we won't look at it. And that includes if you leave reviews in not America iTunes. Oh, actually, now I'll get them. But
Whoa, really?
We got a review from Australian iTunes,
Oh.
which we're very thankful for, and we'll read in a second. But we also, you don't get those. Like, if I go to iTunes and I click on the podcast and I look at reviews, I'm only getting America
Really?
reviews.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. And so you can, alter the URL to look at the other ones, but you'd have to hack around.
Oh, weird.
Now I subscribe to a service, very important to know, so I'll see reviews and
International reviews.
Yes.
Okay.
That's awesome.
We've gone international.
But I won't see Stitcher reviews, so still
tweet at us.
Still not a service for that.
Tweet at us. Hear that Stitcher review.
Yeah, hear that Stitcher review. Anyway, we read in the accent of someone from the movie or Nick Cage.
Right.
Might be the same.
Can I make a request?
Yes.
Can I make a request that Molly Chase do her best Cameron Poe impersonation?
I will double down on that request.
Okay, I'm going to try, but it's going to be really hard. Okay. Can you get me started? He's like,
Yeah. But now remember, he's from Mobile.
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 Hilarious. Oh, this is an iTunes by VaBrown89 from
Nice.
Australia.
Oh.
Nice. Guys, I discovered your podcast 2 days ago and have now binged on every episode of movies I have seen. Must now watch all the other movies so I can laugh my way through all the others. I have literally snorted and giggled out loud on public transport, drawing the stares and suspicious looks of my fellow passengers. I've made myself late for appointments due to my inexplicable need to finish each episode. Molly's mood swings and Jaquette's laugh give me such joy. I can't wait for more episodes. Heart love from Australia.
Yay! That was so worth it.
Thank you.
So
That was
worth
one of
it.
the hardest things
Yeah,
I've ever
thank
done.
you.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was so hard. That
I
was such a
like-
nice review. And what do you mean mood swings?
I especially like how you didn't start with a southern accent and then it kicked in.
Just like authentic
Yeah,
Cage.
that's
Yeah,
authentic.
that was perfect.
That's a compliment. So now, what did we think of this movie?
Oh.
Beth,
Honor.
you gave it 4, and you said you would laugh, cry, and high five us.
For
Okay, I
Crimer Planes.
4 Crimer
Yes,
planes.
please.
I did laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not cry, but I got very mad.
Probably
Yeah.
cried on the inside a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I high-fived myself.
Which I wasn't. I feel like that is disingenuous because I feel like you were meant.
You said I would high five you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I said.
Okay.
Okay. Jeez.
This was just my prediction. You guys are attacking me for a prediction that I made.
Patriarchy.
Yeah. Molly's not attacking me.
She's on one of her upswings.
Yeah.
Well, it was a crime or plane?
Yeah.
4 Crimer planes, yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I felt about this movie. There were a lot of moments that I enjoyed, but in general, I didn't really like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to give the movie a rating, I would probably give it 2 Crimer planes.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I might give it half of a Crimer plane just for the laughs. So,
Sure.
2.5 Crimer planes.
Okay.
I mean, I would watch it. I would watch it again with people. I would never watch this movie if it was on TV by myself.
Not even the motorcycle scene.
I guess specific scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say like.
Just in general, though, I just was not really. I just really was turned off by a lot of the just unnecessary things in it.
If you were flipping through and it happened to be you saw them getting on the motorcycles or they were driving into the plane boneyard, would you stick around for that part?
Yeah, I feel like the beginning I thought it was good.
Yep.
They get on the plane. It got real weird. And then, like, the ending was really entertaining. Anytime that I could see Cage's flowing locks,
Yeah.
I would for sure stop.
Agreed.
I mean, like, in my tracks, stop.
Stand still in the middle of your apartment.
Yeah.
Realize God exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2.5 Crimer plays.
Nice.
Wow.
Great. I gave it 4. I feel kind of similar to that, in that there were some parts that were great, and then other parts that were very problematic. But still, overall, I was really on board, because even most of the problematic parts, I was enjoying how bad it was, like on multiple levels. Some of them I was like, no, I'm uncomfortable. So I think I'll drop that to 3.5. A 3.5 Crimer planes.
Okay.
I still enjoyed this movie. Yeah. Molly, you gave it. Your instinct was to give it 4, but then you wanted to hedge your bets down to a 3. So that's 3 is your actual bet.
Yeah, it's so hard because when it first started, I would say those first 5 minutes, I was like, this is a 5 Crimer plane movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got into some really problematic parts, and we didn't even get into all of the prisoners and all the problems, and it's exhausting to think about. Yeah. But then I'd forgotten about the motorcycles, and that was cool too. So I would like to give the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes 5 Crimers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give the middle part like 1 or 2 Crimers. And so let's add in the vintage car flying and that joke, and I think we come to 3.5 Crimers total.
Okay.
Good math. I think that
Good
checks
math.
out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Girls can be good at math.
I wasn't even... What's happening?
Oh, the movie does not pass the Bechdel wall.
Oh, not
yeah.
even remotely.
It tries
There's
where...
more than one named female character.
Yeah, there's a moment where Cage's wife talks to the daughter and is like, are you excited to see... Or not even excited to see your dad. It's just, are you excited? You look really pretty today. And before she can react verbally, Cusack comes in with his flowing suit and interrupts them.
Yeah. That's closer than other movies we
That is
watched.
true.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was almost a pass.
Molly, you did say this was a feminist movie at some point.
I did?
And I forgot why.
She
What?
says something about... Oh, Cage starts beating up the what's-his-face, 23.
Johnny 23.
And says, you do not treat women this way.
Oh.
And then he said, see, this is pro-woman.
Yeah.
So, no problems at all.
No
This
problems
movie's great.
at all, yeah.
Yep. Dan.
Yes.
You wanted to give it 3 and said it was not Face Off. Oh, I guess we should talk about how he compares to Face Off, but maybe this will happen.
What did I give it?
3.
3 Crimer planes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically is not going to be good as Face Off.
So 3 Crimer planes is the official number that means it's not as good as Face Off?
Right. Yeah. I'm giving some of your... refreshing your memory on some of your justification for 3 Crimer planes.
Okay. Then that would be correct. I will stick with 3 Crimer
with
planes because I am with you that I think maybe because I saw so many, like, you know, naively written action movies throughout the 90s that, like, I enjoyed most of the problematic elements simply because, like, they're there.
Yeah.
And it's so absurd that, like, everyone's just like, this is fine. This is totally all right. Just throw it in there.
Face Off didn't have any of those problems.
Right, of course. Face Off had no issues with the treatment of women or the sexualization of anyone.
Yeah.
But it's still a better movie, by far.
I agree with that.
Yes, thank you.
Face Off is crazy amazing.
It's crazy amazing. And, like, the problematic elements of that mostly fall under Nicolas Cage's original character before he becomes somebody else, for those who haven't seen it. He's supposed to be, like, creep supreme. And he's the one doing most of the problematic stuff. You're kind of just like, oh, but all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's the one who's being creepy the whole time. Like, no one else is really creepy or, like, demeaning to anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the movie as a whole
Yeah.
is yeah.
Because in that movie, it's literally always Casper Troy, who is being a super creepo, I think. If I remember correctly, he's the only one who's ever like, I'm being gross to you, another human being.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It was really a roller coaster.
Emotionally.
It had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like a plane.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Primer plane.
Crime plane flying around, committing crime.
The plane's committing crimes?
Yeah, that's the... Like, you know how a lot of movies that we've watched then have, like, a Disney spin-off? Like Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, Aladdin,
That's
I think
just
has
one
one.
of them.
I think Aladdin's got one.
Aladdin probably, yes.
Yes.
Uh,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Does that have one?
Yeah.
What? Spin-offs?
Yeah.
I mean, sequels. Is that what we're talking about? We're just talking about sequels?
No, like
animated
a
spin-offs.
Saturday morning cartoon spin-off where all the
Okay.
characters get changed. Like Beetlejuice is like the good guy and he's teaming
Chinatown.
up with Chinatown. Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yep.
But in this one, the plane, it's an anthropomorphic plane character.
JJ the... What'd you call it?
JJ Jet plane?
JJ the
Jailbird.
Jet. That's an actual cartoon.
Oh, really?
But he's Con Air. That's the backstory of that
Yeah.
cartoon? Yeah.
Yeah, JJ the Jet
He's the
plane.
jailbird.
And it's short for considerate air. It teaches you manners.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Do you think... Oh, real high five.
Left-handed high five!
Burn it down. Burn it down.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.